Dave, I think it's 3 weeks on Saturday, is it?
3 weeks Saturday, mate. Yeah, September 2nd.
Back on the big stage.
Yeah, Manchester Arena. Yeah, big fight. So.
Big fight for you, but a great show for the Northwest. I was just speaking to Jack Cullen, who takes on Mark Efron. For the Northwest, that's a huge fight. But then being topped off with the rematch in Smith and Eubanks, it's top 9, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, Adam Azim's on.
Ben Whittaker.
I think there might be another fight to be added to the card. Rumours to be believed online. So big show here.
Well, I've been, obviously I come to the VIP gym a lot. You've been here now for a while. You went away, didn't you? And did you ever fight under Jamie?
No,
it never came off, did it?
I came summer 2020. I meant to watch Christian Hammer actually. That fell through. And I was going to watch Chris Lovejoy. Obviously that whole debacle happened, and that's when I packed into him. That whole situation it put me off.
Because officially you retired for a short while, and then you came back. I think you had.
That's how bad that whole thing was. It was awful, to be honest. Yeah, everything that happened, and it really sickened me. Then I came back, and I've done 2 4-rounds and a 6. I've only completed 3 rounds though, and you know, financially it weren't possible for me to come over here, to be honest. You know, the fights I was doing, I was hardly getting paid, so the money I was making for them fights, I couldn't be over here, so I pretty much trained myself.
But also, you know, you're down here with Joe Hayden as well, one of your fighters. Now you've been doing a lot of coaching with not just the amateurs, and you've got a few fighters that are pro with you. Yeah. Has that revitalised you? Has that made you want to? Because we all say, and most people say, and I think you'll say it yourself, that perhaps you've not achieved what you could have achieved. So
yeah, I guess in one way you could say I've underachieved, because we've got a lot more ability than I've shown. So, but obviously I've headlined the O2 Arena and been on about 7 pay-per-view cards.
No,
you know what I mean? So I guess in another way I overachieved. You know what I mean? So yeah, training the fighters, especially Joe, because he puts it in. He tries really hard. So that did give me the motivation and the kind of thought process. If I can do what they're doing, you know, I can come back and achieve some great things. Because I know when I packed in, I'd had a lot of injuries over the years, obviously, but I had some hard fights and stuff. But I was only 28 when I packed in. I'm only 31 now, so.
As a heavyweight, you're still a baby.
Yeah, I think the last couple of years I've matured a lot. You know, obviously kids and whatever else, but physically I feel like I've matured a lot as well. And training the fighters, not only does it give me that bit of motivation, it's also, I think, improved me a little bit. You know, a lot of stuff you tell the kids you're training, kind of. You know, you take that on board yourself. Be my own worst enemy at times. I've hardly been in the gym, you know, to learn. All my learning was through sparring.
Do you enjoy it down here? Because I remember you loved it when you were there, but like I say, it never materialised into proper fights for you. But I've just seen you working with Jamie and Nigel Travis, and this gym today has been buzzing. We've got the kids from Blackpool down here today. It's been a great day, hasn't it? And we're missing out on something. I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, obviously I started camp with Roger Sampson. I was over at Manor Boxing Academy for 6 weeks.
Great gym.
Yeah, brilliant. You've Dante Dixon, Shaquille Thompson, the talent in that gym. You know, Roger's a great coach, so I started over there. Local, I was having a kid and my missus is pregnant again, so I didn't want to leave home for too long because she's expecting not too soon. We're not far away, so started camp over there, which was great. And now finishing off over here, you know, it's the perfect blend for me. You know, put a lot of graft in over at Sheffield. Roger put a lot of work into me. I'm very grateful. We put a hell of a lot of work in, and now over here finishing camp, sleeping more, which sounds daft, but having a baby, you know what I mean, coming over here, being away from home, getting some sleep.
Are you travelling here, or are you
staying over? Yeah.
Are you staying at the house, then, are you?
No, we're staying at the Trafford Centre.
Oh, right, okay.
I like to walk around the shops, so so it's great to be able to sleep. You know, it's great. You know, having a pregnant missus is hard work as well, as you probably know. So it's been perfect. I couldn't complain. You know, the fight coming up.
Are you confident?
Great.
And do you believe that? because you're very experienced. I know this is going to be about 27 fight or something, 28 fight,
this, yeah.
29 fight, and I think this is going to be his 8th fight for Frazer. And I know he was a top amateur and everything, but amateurs and pros are still 2 different games. Do you think you're going to be too seasoned for him?
I think there's a very good chance I could be too good for him, and a lot of people will probably laugh at that. He's an Olympian. I don't really have a reputation of being a master boxer, but and yeah, I'm not I'm not a textbook boxer. I'm not on my toes and jabbing, but I'm really clever, inside, and I'm like an old pro, really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that knowledge of being
yeah.
around this game, and the people that you've been in with have been at a far higher level. Yes, you were beat by a few of them,
yeah.
but he was beat by a lot of those people as an amateur, even though he was a top amateur and a bronze medalist.
I've known him a long time. I've known him since 2012. I've known him a very long time, sparred a lot around. Great, he's a great fella, I like him a lot, we've gone really well.
I met him because he used to do the security at SA, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a lovely bloke.
Yeah,
so
he is.
The way to the only worry I've got is inactivity. I think I've completed 3 rounds in 4 years. David Price was July 19. This is September 23, so it's a long time. But I'm a realist, and knowing that, I've worked that extra bit harder. I sparred some hard rounds, and towards the back end of my career, the first time, that was something I wasn't doing. I weren't sparring as much as I should have been. So I feel great.
And has the sparring been a lot more educated as well, and working on certain things?
I've been sparring. I started October 22. I got back in the gym. Started training with a fellow called John Watton, just fitness training, because I was my health wasn't I'm saying not bad, but I was really heavy. I was really unfit. I was struggling.
As a normal person, it wasn't bad, but as a boxer, not brilliant.
Probably as a normal person, it weren't great. I was really heavy. I was struggling to train the lads, to be honest. I was really big, and got back in the gym, and I got offered a fight for February. It was in Sheffield originally, ended up in Malta, and I got myself really fit. I think I maybe sparred twice for the Malta fight. Banged some fella right in the round over there, and then. And I came home and I started sparring Pete Naylor from Bradford, Steve Robinson, sparred a fella from York at Henry Wharton's gym, Mitchell Barton, and started sparring these guys. And obviously my experience, and I've been around a long time, it might be fair to say that I know a little bit more than them, but I was sparring with them to learn for myself and to try and bring them on as well, So that really helped develop my craft a little bit. Steve and Pete, lovely men and good fighters, so it was perfect for me to be able to just, get back to my boxing, bring them on as I'm bringing myself on.
Well, as you said before, I think it's true, and I've spoken to loads of coaches. When you become a coach yourself, you think about boxing slightly different. So maybe that's it's benefiting you now in your tail end of your career.
Yeah, like I was sparring them, it's still like, I was always crossbound Wallop in sparring, but sparring with them, I was able to just get back to boxing and try and box with them, and they would box with me, and then for this fight, the sparring's changed, obviously you're looking at people of similar stature and start to Frazer, so I'm sparring all the top amateurs. But again, the same really. Been using my brain a lot more and thinking, and so yeah. As you get older, you get smarter. A bit more
wiser, mature, developed.
And grateful for everyone, all the sparring partners I mentioned. Grateful for the time and stuff, and you can learn off anybody in this sport. I think that's what I've learned recently. Yeah. You can learn off anybody, and you can learn from anybody. So, and boxing is best to learn with people sparring. I've realised that. I just try and knock everybody out, but now it's a case of learning all the time. I just want to like a sponge. And it's happened in my face. Usually it happens as a kid, and it's happening for me later on, so I'm matured a lot.
Well, listen, good luck for the second. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I say, for Manchester, it's going to be a great night. It will remind me of the nights of Ricky Hatton, because it's a top show. From the top of the bill. With about 5 or 6 fights that I think everyone wants to watch, and you being one of them. So good luck for the second, and hopefully I'll be bumping into you. No title on the line, is it?
I don't believe so. Do you know,
but it will lead to titles if you win.
Well, the offer came through, and I said yes. That's it. Yeah, straight away. So.
Would you have said yes if they asked you to step in for AJ?
Of course, I'd have walked to the O2. I'd have got there. I'd have got there by Saturday, wouldn't I? So
Right,
he's the main man, isn't he? So, yeah.
You take care, and
Thank you.
good luck for the second, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.